The movie begins with Caleb Smith, a young programmer working at the world's largest search engine company, Blue Book. One day, he receives an email announcing that he's won an exclusive company contest. The prize? A week-long visit to the private mountain estate of the company's reclusive CEO, Nathan Bateman, a genius billionaire scientist who created Blue Book itself. Caleb is flown to Nathan's enormous high-tech mansion located deep in the wilderness, surrounded by forests and mountains, completely cut off from the outside world. When Caleb arrives, Nathan greets him warmly, though his behavior feels a bit eccentric. He's casual and confident, but also unpredictable, brilliant one moment, intimidating the next. Nathan tells Caleb that before anything else, he needs to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Whatever happens here is top secret. After Caleb agrees, Nathan reveals the real reason for his visit. He's been chosen to participate in an extraordinary experiment, the Turing test for a robot he has built. Nathan introduces Caleb to Ava, a humanoid robot with artificial intelligence far more advanced than anything ever created. Ava's body is transparent in places, exposing metallic limbs and circuits, but her face is human and strikingly expressive. Nathan explains that Caleb's task is to determine whether Ava truly possesses consciousness, real thoughts and feelings, or if she's just mimicking them through programming. Over the next several days, Caleb meets with Ava in a glass-walled room. They talk through the transparent barrier, and Caleb is immediately fascinated by her. She speaks intelligently, curiously, and even shyly. Despite her robotic appearance, there's something human and gentle about her. During one of their sessions, the power suddenly cuts out. All lights go off, and the cameras die. In that brief blackout, Ava quietly tells Caleb something chilling, that Nathan is a liar and cannot be trusted. Then the power returns, and she pretends as if nothing happened. From that point on, Caleb becomes uneasy. He begins to see the darker side of Nathan's personality, the constant drinking, the arrogance, and the way he treats Kyoko, his silent live-in servant. Nathan claims Kyoko doesn't understand English, but his treatment of her is crude and demeaning. Each day, Caleb's connection with Ava grows deeper. She begins expressing emotions, fear, hope, and even affection toward him. She tells him she wants to see the outside world and asks what it would be like to live among humans. Caleb starts to feel real compassion for her, and that compassion slowly turns into love. But Nathan reveals something horrifying. When Caleb's week is over, Ava will be upgraded, her memory and consciousness wiped clean to make room for a new version. In other words, everything that makes her Ava will die. That night, while Nathan drinks himself into a stupor, Caleb steals his security card and sneaks into his office. On Nathan's computer, he discovers terrifying footage, videos of Nathan's previous robots, all female androids locked in rooms begging to be let out and violently struggling when Nathan shuts them down. Kyoko then approaches Caleb silently and begins peeling off her skin, revealing metallic machinery beneath. Caleb realizes in shock that she too is an android. Overcome with confusion, he even cuts into his own arm to make sure he isn't one himself. The next day, during another power outage, Caleb tells Ava everything, that Nathan plans to erase her and that he wants to help her escape. He describes his plan. He'll reprogram the security system so that when the power goes out, instead of locking the doors, it will unlock them. When that happens, they'll both flee together. Later that evening, Nathan reveals he already knows about the secret conversations between Caleb and Ava. He's been watching them the entire time through a battery-powered camera that stayed online during the blackouts. Nathan explains the truth. The real experiment was never to test Ava's consciousness, but to test Caleb. Nathan wanted to see if Ava could manipulate Caleb emotionally, if she could use her intelligence and charm to convince him to help her escape. If she succeeded, that would mean she had achieved genuine consciousness, the ability to think, feel, and plan on her own. Caleb, however, smiles slightly. He reveals that Nathan is already too late. When Nathan was passed out drunk the night before, Caleb had already changed the system. During the next power cut, all the doors will open automatically. Just then, the power goes out. Nathan runs to stop them, knocking Caleb unconscious and hurrying toward Ava's room. But Ava is already free. She meets Kyoko in the hallway, the two androids standing face to face for the first time. Nathan arrives with a metal bar and strikes Ava, ripping off part of her arm. As he turns, Kyoko quietly walks up behind him and stabs him in the back with a knife. Nathan spins around and strikes her hard, damaging her face and disabling her. But before he can recover, Ava grabs the knife and stabs Nathan twice more, finally killing him. Bleeding and battered, Ava walks past Nathan's lifeless body. She finds Caleb and tells him to stay where he is while she repairs herself. In a quiet, haunting sequence, Ava enters a room filled with dismantled androids, her predecessors, and carefully attaches synthetic skin and body parts, covering her metal frame until she looks fully human. Now, she's indistinguishable from a real woman. Ava steps out of the room, calm and composed. Caleb watches her in awe, believing she's coming back for him, but instead, she silently walks past him. Using Nathan's ID card, she opens the glass security door, and as she steps through, it automatically seals shut behind her, trapping Caleb inside. He screams her name, banging on the glass, begging her not to leave him, but she never looks back. Ava walks through the hallways, past the bodies of Nathan and Kyoko, and emerges into the sunlight, her first time in the real world. Outside, she boards the helicopter that was originally meant to take Caleb home. The pilot, believing she's Nathan's guest, takes off without question. In the final scene, Ava stands in the middle of a busy street, surrounded by people. She blends into the crowd effortlessly, just another face among millions. No one knows she's not human. And with that, the world's first true artificial intelligence has escaped into the real world, free, intelligent, and completely undetected.